GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
GUVI, a vernacular edutech brand, skilling everyone everywhere.
Hello, welcome to Karata Plus. This is the review of writer-director Shruti Sharanam's B32 Muthal 44 Vare, which just premiered on the newly launched OTT platform C-Space. Who would have thought that breasts and bra sizes could be effective storytelling devices to address topics and situations that are usually considered awkward and uncomfortable, but shouldn't have to be. Perhaps in the hands of a lesser or a male filmmaker, these would have remained awkward and uncomfortable. However, in the assured hands of a woman, we get a film that invites you to summon as much courage as its characters do, so that you, like them, can finally feel liberated regardless of your gender. For those of you wondering about the title, it begins to make complete sense when you get closer to the film's final moments. This is, after all, a film about characters that don't belong to or are yearning to break out of a preset metric. How do you tackle a subject that involves a specific body part when placed in different contexts? Through her film, Shruti covers a wide spectrum of topics that run the gamut from gender dysphoria to mastectomy to Me Too to beauty standards, among others. One of the film's most impressive qualities is its decision to not spell out everything for its audience, either through labels or expositions. In a film where its central characters feel increasingly oppressed by society-devised constructs, the aim of the film is to be didactic without resorting to preachiness. Through a hyperlink narrative similar to that of Hollywood films like Traffic, Contagion, Syriana, or Malayalam cinema's own examples such as Traffic, Iyadutha Kalathu, or the recent 2018, it introduces us to 6 characters, beginning with the most liberated one of them all, Zia, played by Anarkali Marikar, a trans man experiencing the early stages of transition. Then there is Iman, played by Sajin Shrijith, who is Zia's roommate, currently employed in the hospitality industry. Her story is told with a minimalistic touch, with a quick flashback, adding meaning to her current struggle with an arena that demands unfairly harsh beauty standards. Then there is Malini, played by Ramya Nambessan, whose relationship with her husband takes a turn for the worse after her mastectomy. Then there is Jaya, played by Ashwati B., a domestic worker pondering a job offer that might seem inappropriate to her relatives, but she has to deal with a severe financial difficulty. Parallelly, there is a Me Too situation involving a female actor, Rachel, played by Krisha Kurupu, and a male filmmaker known for his feminist films. We also meet a high school student, Nidhi, played by Reina Radhakrishnan, whose story is told with little explanation. Not all of these characters get to meet, but when they do, it happens in the most beautiful ways. It happens at a point when some of them have taken some of their most drastic life decisions, when they have finally extricated themselves from the increasingly suffocating circumstances created by those around them, be it the people they thought were their allies or otherwise. This is a film that depicts even women as enablers of patriarchy as much as men. Take one character's boss, a woman who disapproves when her employee decides to help out a molested woman. Now, when we cut to the police station, we see a woman constable also exhibiting the same attitude. On the flip side, we see that rare example of a man in the form of the molested woman's father who stands by his daughter when her male friends allies with the perpetrator. Talking about flip sides, the film delves into the need for fostering safe spaces through a couple of strikingly contrasting images. Like there is a scene where an audition takes place which has men revolving around an aspiring female actor. And much later, we see a photo shoot where the subject is a woman, but all the crew members are women. Shruti also peppers the film with other delightfully implicit but minute blink or you'll miss it details to convey the intrusion of men into spaces occupied by women, like a women-friendly bus shelter or a toilet. We also get some sly humor in certain situations, like when a schoolboy asks a trans man if he can touch his breast, minutes after telling him that he missed his biology exam. It is as though the film is telling you, no wonder this boy is ignorant. We also get a variation of this scene later when another boy, when asked about the definition of gender, replies, with boobs and without boobs. While the actors mostly succeed at giving convincing performances, there are exceptions where the dialogue deliveries seem forced and awkward, particularly the segment with Ramya Nambessan and Harish Uttaman. This segment lacks a flow and rhythm, and plus, I was thinking the whole time that this doesn't sound like Harish Uttaman's voice. The film is a recipient of a Kerala State Film Award, and it belongs to that list of titles that attend film festivals and win awards, but we shouldn't label it as an art house film. Yes, it's an independent film backed by the Kerala State Film Development Corporation, but it's not one of those what you call watching paint dry experiences. There is a competent, highly skilled technical crew behind this film. Cinematographer Sudeep Elaman, who has worked on films like Janaramana, and editor Rahul Radhakrishnan, known for his work with director Mahesh Narayanan on films like Arif, Malik, and See You Soon, ensure that the energy of the images become aligned with the emotional state of its characters. One of the most striking things about the film is how it makes the city an active participant. It got me thinking about how Japanese cinema often does this, making us pay attention to the city's mood when placing the characters against its backdrops. I also liked how the film places its characters next to water bodies when they are finally experiencing freedom and going through a transitional phase. I must also give credit to composer Sudeep Palnad's work, which effectively conveys the various situational changes ranging from helplessness to tenderness and eventually freedom. I must also applaud the work of production designer Dundu Ranjivrada, who, along with the rest of the team, ensures that the film delivers an experience that doesn't tread a tried and tested path. So that's the review of B32 Muthal 44 Vare. See you next time.
GT Holidays, South India's #1 travel brand.
GUVI, a vernacular edutech brand, skilling everyone everywhere.